Oh, it's like sunrise. I don't know if it's like.
As we start our football game, the Northland Pioneers will receive the football. They will be defending the goal from the south. Blue Jays will kick it out.
And welcome back to Northland and the Lowell Swenson Fields. We get ready for high school football or college football action this afternoon between the Northland Pioneers and Minnesota West Blue Jays. Blue Jays will kick off. The Pioneers will go back to receive. Colin St. Julian back to receive for the Pioneers. And joining him back there is Justin Murray. St. Julian and Murray back to receive. Ball being teed up here and just about ready to put it in play by the quarterback, Caleb Tinklenberg. Tinklenberg to put the boots to it. They're more about ready to get it underway. Right footer approaches, high spinning kick. Be picked up by the Pioneers. Murray starts it forward. Murray to his left, cuts upfield, breaks to the corner. Trying to bounce it outside, ducks down the sideline, spins away, and just taken out of bounds right around the 40-yard line. Northland with the first possession, 1st and 10. Out right around their own 40. They spot the ball just shy of it at the 39, and that's where Northland will begin. First and 10, Northland. And bringing his team out, Craig Wells. Wells will work out of that pistol with a single running back in the backfield and trips lined up on the right-hand side to start the formation. Motion man now is a motion St. Julian out, high snap, Wells pulls it down, rolling to his right under some pressure, dumps it out in the flat, it's complete there. And up the sidelines for first down yardage and more before being driven out of bounds is Devonair Clarington. Clarington will make the catch, and they'll spot the ball across midfield at the 49-yard line of the Blue Jays. So the 39, the 49, the pickup is a dozen in first down. 12 and first down to the 49-yard line, and we're underway. Wells awaits the snap. Minnesota West showing blitz, and the Pioneers check out of it. And we'll change the play. Wells calling signals. Sends twins to each side this time. Better snap. Wells on the option. Now pitches out here. Scooped up by St. Julian. Makes the first man miss. Turns the corner. Picks up a block. He's inside the 40 down the sideline. Well, Payne ropes the sidelines. Breaks another tackle. Dives forward. Tripped up. Did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line, says the side judge. So 48 yards on the run. 48 yards to the 1-yard line. It's first and goal. And he tight-roped the sideline right around the Pioneer 40. Pioneers trying to get the chains to hurry up so they can get started here. Wells with St. Julian alongside of him in the backfield. Wells wants to throw for it. Rolls away from pressure, puts his head down, breaks a tackle. Puts his head down a second time, drives forward, and got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. No gain, a whole lot of running for nothing. Second down and goal at the 1. Pioneers make a change now in the interior. Joshua Williams coming in, the freshman running back out of Sherrillville, Indiana. He will enter and Dwayne Taylor leaves. The Pioneers will go with 2 backs now. Wells this time will duck up under center, offset high, offset to the right-hand side. Second and goal from the 1 for Northland. They'll bring a man in motion, flags, whistles. Oh, timeout first. Northland wants to talk it over, didn't like the set. So Northland will take an Earls Market timeout. Timeout by Earls Market, corner of 8th and Main. Don't forget they are your outdoor headquarters at Earls Market. Timeout by the Pioneers. Second and goal at the 1. Back in a moment on 12:30 KTRF. Let's just go 30 here because we're going to get a break on the touchdown too. Fourth play of this possession for the Pioneers, second and goal at the 1 after the Earls Market timeout. Now out of the shotgun, split backs in the backfield. Wells, straight handoff, dive play over the left-hand side, and easily walking into the end zone. Jarrell Urey. Urey from 1 yard out will score the touchdown, and the Pioneers quickly bust on top, 6-0. The touchdown drive, 4 plays to go 61 yards. And Northland on the board, looking to add an extra point now. Pioneers will go for 2. Wells, the Pioneers will go for 2. Rolls to his right now under pressure, cuts the corner. Going to tuck it up and run for it. Wells will score on the 2-point conversion. 12:57 to play in the opening quarter. Minnesota West Blue Jays about to get the football, but they trail at 8-0 on 12:30 KTRF. $60. Johnson Jones to kick off, the freshman out of Fargo. Spinning kick will sail down. Taking it one of the up mid of the 20-yard line, 25-30. Good return out to the 35-yard line. And stacked up there across the 40, 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. Minnesota West will start 1st and 10. They'll spot the ball at their 44. Powell on the tackle for the Pioneers. And to bring his team out, here comes Tinklenberg. Single back in the backfield is Caleb Desmond. Twins, or trips rather, to their right, single receiver left, as they go spread formation as well. Inside handoff here, smoking through. Big play made by the Pioneer linebacking corps. Firing in there, Hunter Roller makes the play. Big loss as Desmond got it and met Hunter Roller at the same time. Back at the 40, the loss was 4. Second down. Roller came shooting through that gap from the middle linebacker position. Desmond will flank Tinklenberg on the right again. Tinklenberg going to throw on 2nd and 14. Now under pressure, rolls out, grabbed, and flags going down here. That's going to be face masking, I think, on the Pioneers. They got the sack, but it's going to be negated by a face mask call. First go foul, face mask, 15 yards. Reached out to grab the quarterback. Quarterback turned his head, and he got the face mask. So they'll step that off from the 35. So now they'll step it off from the line of scrimmage. And take it out for what will be a Blue Jay first down. It'll put the ball at the Pioneer 45-yard line, just underway, 12:10 to play here. Trying to figure out why the clock was running while the penalty was being marked off. Trip to the right. Tinklenberg out of the shotgun, pitch for Desmond. Roller there again, but he runs right by him this time. And Desmond will pick up about 3, maybe 4. Hunter was there, but couldn't finish it off. It'll be second down. Going to give him 4. That'll put him back at even yardage through 2 carries. And make it second and 6. Interior lineman change here. Leaving is Austin Mulkey. For the Blue Jays, they'll send twins to each side this time. Tinklenberg out of the pistol. Short drop shotgun. Flanked by Desmond, who will stay in the block. Now he drifts out. Tinklenberg under pressure and taken down and sacked. The sack belongs to the Pioneers. Among those there for Northland is Martavius McCaddy. The sack and our sack attack brought to you this year by the folks at Azure Electronics in Beaver Falls. Keep your vehicle secure and temperatures controlled with an auto start system from CompuStar and Azure Electronics. Start your vehicle from as far away as 3 miles. Call John at 686-4382 at Azure Electronics. 3rd down and 8 here. Twins to each side again. Tinklenberg out of that shotgun pistol one more time. Wants to throw the football, gets it out, swings it out wide, looking for the tight end, but missed it, incomplete. The incompletion will force a punting situation on 4th and 8. Looking for Linder, the tight end, and the coach's son, by the way. Ball spotted at the Pioneer 43-44 yard line. 10:38 to play here in the first quarter. Northland up 8-0 and about to get the football back. St. Julian back on the return. And joining him back there again is Justin Murray. Pioneers will drop back 2 to set up a return. Wilkinson to bunt away. Kind of a soccer style kick, boots it up. Picked up by the Pioneers and returned here by St. Julian. Gives ground, retreats, now finds some blocking, picks up some traffic, comes to the right-hand side, far sidelines, and is taken down at about the 14-yard line. Nice coverage by the Blue Jays. Pioneers 1st and 10 at their own 14. Wilkinson, the punter, in on the tackle. 1st and 10, Northland. They're going to adjust the spot here and put the ball right on the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Wells quickly brings his team out, and Pioneers huddle quickly and get to the line of scrimmage. They mess around very little in their offensive sets. Trips in a bunch formation on the left-hand side this time. Now they'll split a man out wide from there. Wells wants to throw it, steps down. Now the flag comes out. I think you're going to see illegal motion here. The man in motion turned upfield before the snap of the football. Wells with a big run, but it's not going to matter. It's coming back. You're going to get illegal shift, I think, on the Pioneers. Flags down on both sides. And that's what you're going to get, illegal shift. The motion man turned upfield before the snap of the football. You can't do that in the U.S. That's a Canadian football league rule. That'll cost them 5 from the 14 and take the ball back to the 9-yard line. And make it 1st and 15. That'll spot the ball back, actually from the 15 to the 10. 1st and 15 from there, they need to get to the 25. Pioneers here, ready to go. I see Brandon Lincoln in the ballgame. An offensive line position for the Pioneers. Sophomore from Beaver Falls. Wells, swing out pass here is complete. This is to Grant. Grant starts upfield, then is grabbed and taken down after a gain of about 3 is all. 3 yards on the green. End the game. It'll be second down. 2nd and 12 here.
Pick up a 3 on the pass play.
Pioneers will split twins to the right. Single receiver left in a deuce backfield this time, flanking Wells on either side. One of those is Yuri, the young man who scored the touchdown on the first drive for the Pioneers. Wells takes the delay to Yuri. Yuri scooped up, driving forward, gets out to near the 20, where it'll be 3rd and 5. He'll pick up 7. And a 3rd down and 5 play coming here. The ball at the 20, the Pioneers need to get to the 25. Odell Creighton on the tackle out of Rockford East High School. 3rd and 5 here, Pioneers send twins to the right-hand side this time. Single receiver left. Blitz shown. Wells looking to throw. Pioneers pick up the blitz. Wells scrambling now to his right, trying to get out of it. Looking down the football field, and it's underthrown and incomplete. The incompletion will bring up 4th down, and the Pioneers will be forced to punt it away. Good pressure applied that time up the gut by Henry White, the 4th. Pioneers to boot it free, set to put the boots to it here is Simeus Rockley out of North Miami Beach, Florida. Colson, excuse me. And Lucas back to receive the punt. Low snap, Pioneers pick it up and get it off high, but short kick. It will take a Pioneer roll. He's picked up by one of the Northland players and started down the football field. They're trying to sell that it touched a Blue Jays player. Let's see what the officials say. If it hit a Blue Jays player, that's Pioneer football. The referees are still talking it over.
Yes. Why do you say that?
You signaled illegal touching.
I don't know. Well,
I don't know why that's illegal touching.
It's your birthday. But why are you saying, are you serious?
But it'll be Blue
I don't
Jays
know.
football.
Because
First
you're
attempt
talking
for the
about
Blue Jays
Jennifer
at the
Tee,
Northland 45-yard line. Best field position for either team so far in the contest. Tinklenberg back out of the shotgun again, wants to throw. Pumps, under pressure, steps up out of it. Tucks it away and will gain yardage. He'll pick up about 4 on the play.
Yeah, it's a birthday too. She says stuff like that. I just be
Tinklenberg will gain 4. He'll be 2nd down and 6. Good scramble by the big fella. He's a tall quarterback at 6'5".
No, that wasn't.
Tackle for second first down for Minnesota West. The drive stays alive inside the Pioneer 29. Tinklenberg to throw again, finds his man who breaks one tackle, skip arms his way and takes it down. That's Montrez Herring. And another first down. Herring will take the ball down to the 13-yard line. Pick up his 16 more. 29 yards now in completions for Tinklenberg. First and 10 at the Northland 60 of 13. Now right back across the middle again and complete again. Pioneers trying to strip it out of there, but cannot. On the catch this time, Jerron Bumpus. I said 2, but I believe it was 12, Bumpus. On the completion for 9. 2nd down and 1 here. Tinklenberg wants to throw forward again, across the middle, had his man, and dropped by Colson, incomplete. It was there, but dropped and incomplete. 3rd down and 1. At the Pioneer 4-yard line.
3rd down and 1. For the Blue Jays. At the Pioneer
3rd and 1 here. Tinklenberg to throw under some pressure, rolls to his left, dumps it out in the flat, and it's incomplete. 4th down and 1. Back-to-back incompletions. Tinklenberg 3 for 6 right now. And 4th and 1 here for the Blue Jays. They send a pile of folks onto the football field here. Tinklenberg, the quarterback, will stay. Looks like he's going to look to attempt at the field goal. On to hold Trevon Wilkinson. Field goal attempt here. Spotting the ball at the 11, so it'll be a 21-yarder, and it's up. And it is good. Tinklenberg with a field goal makes it 8-3 Pioneers with 6:27 left to play in the opening quarter. Back in a moment on 12:30 KTRF. 60. Kickoff sails down. Justin Murray picks it up. He starts to his left, spins out of the initial tackle. Flag down on the play as he spins to the 25-yard line. Murray to the 25. Now let's see what the flag is for. Shot block. Well, you don't see that on a kick return very often. So, 3rd penalty on the Pioneers here. And they'll step it off here, and Northland will start deeper in a hole. $15 yards. We'll put the ball at the 13-yard line. 35 yards and penalties. Northland 1st and 10 at their own 13. Wells out of the gun. 2 men flanking on either side. Twins to the right. Wells straight handoff here up the gut. Moving his way forward once again on the play. Jarrell Uri. Uri will take the ball across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Almost a 22. He'll get 9 on the play. Uri now 17 yards and 3 carries. 2nd and 1 here for the Pioneers. Uri flanking Wells again on the left side. Twins to each side again, stack formation on the left. Wells changing up the play here on 2nd and 1 with 5:40 left to play. That'll adjust Uri to his right side. Wells option going to keep it himself. Grab, pull backwards, but he gets enough for the 1st down. Wells will scoot forward from the 20 to the 21-yard line out to the 24. Team 3. 1st down, Pioneers.
1st and 10 for the Pioneers at their own 25.
1st and 10 now at the 24. Out of the gun again, Wells, single man. And the ball snapped over his head. Wells will go back and scoop it up. Now he's going to try to make something out of nothing. Rolls to his right. Looks up the football field. Has running room. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. And actually gets a yard or two out of the deal. Nice play by Wells to make something out of nothing. And they're going to spot him. Looks at the 25. Maybe it's a gain of 1. That's what it'll be. Second down and 9 after the brief gain of 1. Nice job by Wells, because that could have been a disaster. Pioneers will settle in again, twins to each side. Wells fakes the inside handoff to Yuri, wants to throw the ball inside turn pattern. Caught here and driving his way forward on the play is Clarington again. Now the ball may be out, everybody's scrambling for it. Minnesota West says they have it, what do the referees say? Clarington got enough for the first down, he got 11, but then fumbled the football. 26 yards, 4 completions for Wells. 4th first down for the Pioneers, but then the turnover on the fumble. The Pioneers fumble deep in their own territory. Good field position for Minnesota West, who trails at 8-3. As they'll start first and 10 at the Pioneer 37-yard line. Second consecutive drive for Minnesota West to start in Pioneer territory. Tinklenberg brings his team out, twins each side. Gonna run a quick flanker screen. No, fakes that and hands off back on the inside. To the running back there and moving his way forward on the play one more time is Caleb Desmond. Desmond will take the ball. All the way down to the 30. He'll pick up 7. 7 yards for Desmond now on 3 carries. And 2nd and 3 here. Second and 3 here. Tinklenberg, Desmond again puts his head down, submarine. And take it down after a short gain. It'll be 3rd down. He'll get a couple, 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1, the ball at the Pioneer 28 needs to get to the 27 for 1st down. Twins to each side again. Tinklenberg out of the gun with Desmond behind him. Tinklenberg going to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Has time, looking across the middle. It's complete. And spinning back after the reception on the play is Colson. Colson with his first catch takes it from the 28-yard line. Down to the 21. The gain is 7, but enough for a 4th first down for Minnesota West. First and 10 for Minnesota West at the 21 of the Pioneers. 3:10 left to play in the opening quarter. It's 8-3 Pioneers now. Pioneers showing blitz, and Roller got there again, timed it perfectly. Hunter Roller on the run, blitz, knocked down the running back Desmond before he got it rolling. It's a loss of a couple. Loss of a couple on the play. 2nd and 12. Second and 12 here. Blue Jays Tinklenberg wants to throw it in. Pioneers showing blitz. Cross the ball picked off by Northland. Intercepted by the Pioneers on the return. Justin Murray. Murray can run, and a flag down on the play for possibly an illegal block on the return. The Pioneers with the pick, and then a flag down. Should be after the interception. Flag back at the 20-yard line. Northland will be penalized for the block on the return. So Northland football. But they'll push it back. They'll step it back all the way to the 10-yard line after the illegal block, and the Northland Pioneers start deep in their own territory again. Minnesota West has had the better of the field position, but the Pioneers lead it on the scoreboard by by an 8-3 margin here as they take over with 2:28 left to play in the opening quarter. Wells standing about his own 3-yard line. Movement up front. And that'll cost more. Procedure on the Pioneers. Already 55 yards and penalties on the Pioneers. And make it 1st and 15 now, back at the 5. Wells gonna roll to his right, pitch near the end line. Tossed away, breaking a couple of tackles, still loose before being corralled back down at the 10. Nice run for St. Julian. As he'll get it out to 10, back to 5. He's got 53 yards now and 2 carries. It's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Movement up front by the defense this time. Then the offense stood up, but there was contact on the defensive movement. See how they call this one. That is encroachment on Minnesota West.
Looks like you can't see it.
First penalty on Minnesota West this afternoon for a margin of 5, and that makes it 2nd and 5.
Huh?
Zoomed in.
Oh.
That'll bring the ball out to the field in yards to make it 2nd and 5. 1:57 still to play in the opening quarter. Our Pizza Hut scoreboard brought to you by the Pizza Hut at Cedar
Close
Falls.
the shutter and I was
The
like,
Pizza Hut.
I gotta stop touching her.
Give them a call at
So like
681-1306.
dead balls, you can keep his paws, otherwise you won't have enough
Okay.
film, so.
Wells with St. Julian alongside of him. Minnesota West showing blitz. Wells turnout pattern here, it is complete. Pioneers pick up an upfield block and turn the ball upfield. This is Dwayne Taylor. Taylor will get the first down to 5th for the Pioneers. Taylor will take it from the 15-yard line.
Plays too,
Up to 26, the gain is 11.
it's a lot of time in between, so
37 yards.
when they're ready to go
Wells.
again, it's like they're,
Completion to Taylor, his first of the afternoon for the 11.
Doc stopped the one up
He was
too.
4th player to catch the ball already.
Okay.
1st and 10 Pioneers, their 5th. Now the ball out at 26. Hand off here, St. Julian dances into the hole, tries to spin his way forward, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets out to the other 30. He'll pick up about 4 more. I mean, something out of nothing there, because there wasn't a whole lot of space.
after, they get the nose run, make sure that you.
2nd down here for the Pioneers, just the 4th play of this drive because of the
You have to
penalties.
do that in case something happens.
The ball sits
Okay.
right at the Pioneer 30. Clock down to 1 minute left here in the opening quarter. Wells with St. Julian alongside of him again. Take the handoff, now looking down the football field, and the defender and receiver get their feet tangled up, and the receiver goes down, he wants a flag, but the official gonna call incidental contact, and that's what it was, their feet got tangled. Intended for Clarington, who was open on the play. Wells threw a good football, but ultimately the feet got entangled, and in doing so, the receiver went down. Clarington still complaining to the sidelines that it should have been pass interference, but not gonna get any help there. Northland trying to get their alignment set here. On 3rd down and 5. Wells sends a man in motion. Rolls to his right here. Looking down the football field, is complete. And Devonair Clarington will get the first down yardage. This time, fumbles the football again. It is still Pioneer football. They say he was out of bounds or got it back. I'm not sure which. And we have a flag down in the backfield as well. Personal foul. Roughing the passer to be tacked on. So catch for Clarington is 16 yards. And now roughing the passer as well. They'll tack that on the end of the play, and all of a sudden the Pioneers are going to be in business. The roughing the passer penalty will give you 20 yards in penalties now on Minnesota West. And put the Pioneers in business once they've marked it off. Across midfield and in Blue Jay territory. all the way down to the Blue Jay 40.
After the 15-yard mark, Northland will have a first and 10.
Sixth play of this drive for the Pioneers have started at their 10-yard line. Now the ball is inside the Blue Jay 39-yard line, right in there. They're going to call it the 49. This could be the final play of the first quarter. Wells out of the gun, has St. Julian behind him. He'll turn hand off there. St. Julian with a burst, gets to the corner, gets the block, breaks the tackle. St. Julian cuts back inside. He's inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. First down, St. Julian. Or excuse me, it is Yuri on the carry. And he'll take it down to the 16, and that should just about end the opening quarter once they put the chains ready. Pioneers from the 39 to the 16, the gain is 23 and first down. 40 yards for Yuri now in the ballgame, and the Pioneers will let the first quarter run up. It's the end of our first quarter of play. Northland leading at 8-3 on 1230 KTRF. Back with second quarter action in a moment. You're listening to College Football. 60.
We would like to thank some of our Northland organizations that have incorporated sponsors. Some of them have included the Corporation, Generate Realty, the Northland Foundation, Northern State Bank, People Falls Sports Boosters, People Falls Radio, Universal Spring Print, and Border State Bank.
We get ready for the second quarter of play here. The Northland Pioneers with the football. First and 10 at the Minnesota West Blue Jays 16-yard line. Wait for our referees to get everything set and our head referee to get in position. Wells with Yuri next to him in the backfield will set up and send trips to the right-hand side this time. Long count. Showing run blitz again. High snap. Wells goes up and gets it. Play action pass. Now in trouble. Rolling to his right. Looking down the football field. Underthrown and almost picked off. Knocked down on the play here by Rashawn Crumpler, but could just as well been intercepted. Second down at the 16.
We'll bring up second down and 10 for the Pioneers.
Second down and 10 at the 16, just underway in the second quarter. Northland leading at 8-3. Pioneers scored on their first possession. They've been stymied by bad field position ever since, although they worked it out from the shadow of their own goal line at the 10 here on this possession. Twins to both sides this time. Wells going to give off to Yuri. Yuri bounces it left side, cuts up the football field, turns, headed for the end zone. Touchdown. 16 yards for Yuri. His second touchdown of the ball game. He's got 56 yards now. And the Pioneers find pay dirt again. Yuri on the 9th play scores a touchdown. 9 plays to go 90 yards, helped out by a couple of penalties in there. And the Pioneers on the board again. And Northland will line up here to go for 2. Nine plays to go 90 yards. Wells. A little bit of a high snap again. Under pressure, looking across the middle and goes in between 2 receivers and incomplete. So the 2-point conversion attempt fails. Northland has taken a 14-3 lead with 14:55 to play in the first half. On 1230 KTRF. Back at home.
With 14:45 remaining first half by score is now. The Northland Pioneers 14 and the Minnesota West Blue Jays 3.
60.
Kicking the ball for the Pioneers will be number 31, Justin Jones. Back to receiving for Minnesota Wild winner for Ricky Colson. Also number 8, Jerry Smith.
Colson on the return, 20, 25, 30, up the gut to the 40, now cut to the far sideline. He's to midfield, he's across midfield into Pioneer territory before finally being run out of bounds on the play. Big return for Colson. And they'll spot them all at the Pioneer 35, so another great field position for Minnesota West, their third consecutive possession, starting inside of Pioneer territory, the 45, the 37, and now the 35. First and 10 from there. Short kickoffs and then great returns have set Minnesota West up a pretty good field position. Trips to the left this time, single receiver and Linder to the right. Pioneer show blitz. Toss sweep here, Northland trying to get the outside and string it out, cannot. Nice turn up the football field before being thrown out of bounds. On the play is the ball carrier Desmond, finally tackled by Tristan Murrin. Murrin with the tackle, just shy of the first down marker, 8 of 9. He's now got 16 yards and 6 carries. 2nd and 1 for the Blue Jays. 2 receivers to each side this time. Looking to throw the football. Pump fakes and delivers. Complete. Nice catch going down to get the football, Montez Heron. Heron will take the ball. Down to the 19, a gain of 7. Fifth first down for Minnesota West. Ball just inside the Pioneer 20. Tinklenberg can throw again, pumps the second time, now hits the turnout, finds the big tight end Linder. Linder puts his head down, stiff arms a man, and takes the ball down to the 11. Take that back, takes the ball down to the 6, the game is 13. They're going to spot it at the punt. He's got 28 yards of reception, 6 first down. 67 yards in completions for Tinklenberg. Fourth play of this possession that started at the Pioneer 35 after the great kick return. Hand off Desmond. Desmond trying to cut right, spins out of the initial tackle, and is scooped up by the Pioneers. Roller among those there, Merritt as well. And he'll pick up a yard or 2. Actually, they're going to call it no gain. Leave the ball right at the 5. Second down and goal at the 5. Pioneers stiffened in this area earlier and only allowed a field goal. Let's see what they do here. Tinklenberg wants to throw for it. And incomplete. Short hop. The incompletion will bring up third down and goal. They're actually going to say on that previous play that Desmond lost a yard. And it's third and goal now out at the 6. Tinklenberg with Desmond behind him. 2 receivers right, single man to the left-hand side. Actually twins to the left as well. Pioneer show blitz. Tinklenberg tried to run his way out of it. Completes it for a touchdown. I thought Hunter Roller got held on the play, and Roller just barking at the referee, but no call. Touchdown catch here. On the catch, Stephen Lucas. They're going to give it Bumpus with a 6-yard touchdown. He's got 15 yards now. 73 yards in completions and a touchdown. 5 plays. Extra point attempt is up and no good. 5 5 plays, 35 yards. The extra point attempt is wide left. It is now 14-9 in favor of the Northland Pioneers. 12 minutes and 50 seconds left till halftime on 12:30 KTRF. Back in a moment. Tinklenberg to kick off. St. Julian back to receive along with Murray for the Pioneers. Very short kick here. Fielded by the up back, Johnson Jones. He'll start ahead, grabbed and pulled down across the 30 at about the 31-32 yard line. That's where the Pioneers will start. Second best field position to start a drive for the Pioneers. Field position has belonged to Minnesota West. That's why they're in the game at 14-9. Their two scoring drives have been 45 and 35 yards. Pioneer scoring drives have been 61 and 90. First and 10 at their own 30. First and 10 for the Pioneers here. Yuri in the backfield. Wells will go under center this time. Now we have a whistle and a stoppage here. Not sure what that's for. Both teams at the line of scrimmage and ready to get going, and the officials stopped it. The problem with the chains, that's what the problem was. Now Northland ready to go. Wells will go under center, high backfield this time. Yuri will dot it. Williams in front of it. They'll bring him in motion, run and toss sweep. Yuri with blockers out in front, gets to the corner. Yuri stops at sidelines, taken down as he gets across the 45-yard line. And Yuri will get first down yardage from the 30-yard line all the way out here. And they'll spot it at the 47. Actually, 48. 28 yards on the game. 18 yards on the game, I'm sorry. 74 yards, first down number 9 for the Pioneers. Pioneers will go back to the gun here and now change the play. Everybody stands up and they'll reset. And now Northland confused, will have to take a timeout. Second Earl's Market timeout for the Pioneers this afternoon. Timeout brought to you by Earl's Market. Great food, the warmer all the time. How about roasted chicken for supper tonight from Earl's Market? Corner of 8th and Main, back in a moment. 60.
And then include evergreen implement. Language smoking good. These are the rules. State Farm Insurance. Stanford Health. Rehab Authority. Quality and Sundance Bank. Northern Motor. The BMW. And the American Legion Club. Along with Northern Financial, Chris McLean, and Kylie St. Germain. Pioneers first to the 10 at their 48-yard line.
Wells up a high snap under pressure, turns up the sidelines here. Man makes the catch. I don't see a flag down. I thought he stepped out of bounds and come back in, but he got all the way down to the 21. Pass complete to Tyrell Harris.
Down at the 21-yard line, that is a pickup of
Harris from the Pioneer 48. Down to the 21.
First and 10 Northland.
31 yards on the game. 10th first down for the Pioneers. Drive still alive here. Pioneers send twins to the left. Single receiver right this time and keep 2 men in the backfield. Ball dropped here. Wells picks it up, trying to make something out of nothing. It was taken down with a play. And a flag down as well. See what the flag is for. Waiting for our official signal from the referee. Holding on the Pioneers. See what the Raiders will opt, or the Blue Jays will opt to do here. Talking with the Blue Jay sidelines. And it looks like they're going to accept the penalty. 65 yards and penalties now on the Pioneers. That'll negate the loss. And take the ball back out across the 30 to the 31. Just the fourth play of this drive for the Pioneers is starting at their own 30. Now at the Blue Jays 31. Trips to the left this time for Wells. Again, a bit of a high snap. He goes up to find it under pressure, swings across the middle. Complete. And a big gain for Northland again, complete to Devonair Clarington. Clarington will take the ball to 31, down to the 13. The game is 18. 57 yards down for Clarington. And 102 yards passing now. In the ball game for Wells. Second down here, 2nd and 2. Wells will put Uri on his right side this time, put twin receivers on either side. Stack position on the right. Wells, quarterback draw, going to keep it himself, puts his head down, goes straight ahead, runs over a man, and gets down to 11, almost at 10. That should be enough for first down. First down, number 11 for the Pioneers. Gain of 3. Football just outside the 10. It is not first and goal because they're outside the 10-yard line at the 11. Clock running. Wells option pitch. Uri trying to get outside, avoids the first tackler. Cuts inside, cuts back outside, scores, but there's a flag down. Flag down on the play. Ain't going to be a holding call again, I think. So erase Uri's touchdown and bring the ball back. Too much laundry on the field, I'll tell you that. Penalties right at about the first down marker at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring it back out and make it 1st and 12. So the 10-yard penalty negates the touchdown run, 75 yards and penalties in the first half on the Pioneers. Wells again, single setback in the backfield. Looking to throw the football, has time. Rolling to his right, zips it across the middle, diving catch for a touchdown. And a great catch that time by Dwayne Taylor. Taylor went diving across the back of the end line and caught it for an 11-yard touchdown. 22 yards and catches for Taylor. 113 yards for Wells and a touchdown for the Pioneers. Second consecutive drive for a touchdown for the Pioneers. 7 plays, 70 yards on this one. And Taylor catching the touchdown pass. Pioneers will go for 2. Wells in the backfield with it. Here's St. Julian. High snap, fakes the pass, fakes a handoff. Now rolling, steps up into the pocket, in trouble. Still battling. And blown dead. 2-point conversion attempt will fail. So that's 6 more. The Pioneers now lead it 20-9 with 9:28 to play here in the opening half on 12:30 KTRF.
28 remaining in our first half. Our score is down. It over the Pioneers. 20. Having a Minnesota West 9.
Is that thing good?
Oscar kicks the ball, level for one, the number 31, Johnson Show. Deeply for Minnesota West with a 4-regular Congressman.
Line drive, kick down, picked up at the 16-yard line, starting to his left. Move the ball to 20 is Heron, the receiver. Heron up the gut, takes the ball out the near midfield and across midfield into Pioneer territory. Another good kick return. First and 10 for Minnesota West, again in great field position. Minnesota West has only started one possession inside their own territory this afternoon, as the kick and punt returns have set them up in good stead. First and 10 here at the Northland 47. Dinklenberg will bring his team out. Single man behind him in Desmond, offset on the right-hand side. Lost the ball. Dinklenberg in trouble. And flying in once again for the Pioneers comes Hunter Roller. Ball dropped on the snap. And the sack brought to you by the folks at Azure Electronics. Keep your vehicle secure and temperatures controlled with an auto start system from CompuStar and Azure Electronics. Start your vehicle from as far away as 3 miles. Call John at 686-4382. Loss of 8 on the plate. Second and 18. Roller showing blitz again. Dinklenberg stepping up into the pocket. Hunter gets a piece of it but can't control him. Dinklenberg has a lost yardage back and much more. Stiff arms in hand and now has first down yardage. Big gain for Dinklenberg. All the way down to the Pioneer 34. 5 yards to midfield and 17 on the other side of that. 22 yards on the game for Dinklenberg. Third play of this drive now down at the Northland 33. Dinklenberg play action, hands off to Desmond. Desmond scooped up as he crosses through the hole. Takes it down inside the 30, down to the 29, maybe even the 28. He'll pick up 5 on the play. He's got 20 yards now. And second and 5 here. And I see the training staff headed across the field to address the Minnesota West player. Second and 5 here. Dinklenberg to throw under pressure, rolling to his left. Trying to get outside. Pioneers dive and cannot get there. Dinklenberg puts his head down and is driven out of bounds by Northland, but not till he gets inside the 25-yard line, and I believe has first down yardage. He's at the 23. Dinklenberg will pick up 5 more in first down. Ninth first down for Minnesota West, keeping the drive alive. First and 10 at the 22, give him 6 on the play. Tinklenberg to throw again, flags down. Across the middle pass is complete. And spun around and thrown down the play is Montez Herring. Now let's see what the flag is for. It's an illegal shift. So that'll negate the completion and set him back 5 yards. On the illegal shift penalty. I'll take the ball back out to just shy of the 30. First and 15. Actually going to spark the ball at the 27.
Make me a play, bud!
First and 15 here. Tinklenberg brings a man in motion, jet sweep, bobbles it, hands off on the jet sweep. And the Pioneers stringing out nicely on the run with his Bumpus. Now Bumpus reverses back to the right-hand side, grabbed again, and this time is taken down, and now we have a flag down. I think we're going to end up with a face mask out of this before it's all said and done. Bumpus first will lose a couple of yards. And then a face mask penalty here. And personal foul, face mask on top of it. That's 15 and first down again. 90 yards in penalties on the Pioneers. It'll be first down number 10 for Minnesota West. They'll mark off the penalty. And spot the fifth penalty inside the 15 at the 14. First and 10, Minnesota West, the Pioneer 14-yard line. Play 7 of this drive that started at the Northland 47. Tinklenberg, single man behind him, and Desmond. He'll get the football. Desmond over the left-hand side, tripped up and taken down after a short game. Mirroring the first one there for the Pioneers. He'll get it down to the 11. He needs 3 more. Actually going to give him 4. Make it second and 6. Both teams to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Twins to both sides. Tinklenberg going to throw for it this time. Pumps the second time. Now in trouble. Steps up in the pocket and is taken down. Another sack for the Pioneers. The third of the afternoon. Another quarterback sack brought to you by Azures Electronics. Keep your vehicle secure and temperature controlled with an auto start system from CompuStar and Azure Electronics. Start your vehicle from as far away as 3 miles. Call John at 686-4382. On a roller contributing on the sack once again. Third down. Third and about 8 here. Tinklenberg pumps. Looking for the fade pattern. Incomplete. The incompletion will bring up fourth down. Fourth down here. I don't see the block out. There it is. Minnesota West will go for it on 4th down and 8. No opting for the field goal this time. Tinklenberg with Desmond behind him. Twins on either side on 4th and 8. Tinklenberg wanting to throw across the middle. It's complete. And down to about the 2. First and goal. We're going to spot it at the 3. From the 13, Heron will make the time, make the catch. His third catch of the afternoon for 33 yards. 84 yards of completion for Tinklenberg, and the 11th first down for Minnesota West. First and goal. 11 plays on this drive for Minnesota West from the Pioneer 47. Tinklenberg to throw it again across the middle, complete, touchdown. Inside turn pattern here to Colson for the touchdown from 3 yards up. His second catch for 10 yards. Second touchdown pass for Tinklenberg. 3-yard touchdown pass to Colson. With 4:59 left to play here in another short drive. Go attempt the extra point, the kick is up. And this time it's good. So touchdown, an extra point added here. Add the 7, and it's now 20-16, Pioneers by 4. With 4:59 left in the first half on 12:30 KTRS. $60. Dinklenberg kickoff, a short kick fielded by Dylan Lee for the Pioneers. Lee coming down the sidelines on the near sideline and finally pushed out of bounds. Good kick returned and great field position for the first time this afternoon for the Pioneers. Northland for the first time this afternoon will start in Minnesota West territory. Inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. Pioneers have one timeout left, 4:50 left till halftime. Northland leading it by a 20-16 margin. Remember, Minnesota West will get the football to start the second half. First and 10, Pioneers here. They'd love to answer. Minnesota West has scored a touchdown each of their last two drives, both on short fields. They show blitz here. Linebacker now backs out. Wells looking things over, takes a snap, play action, wants to throw the football. Looking down the football field, wide open is the receiver who will stroll into the end zone for the touchdown. Somebody didn't pick up the coverage, and Alejandro Bryant wide open. Wide open, 38-yard touchdown pass. Nobody there. 151 yards. And another touchdown for Wells. 38 yards on one play. And the Pioneers looking to add the 2-point conversion. That didn't take long, just 7 seconds on the possession. One play, 38 yards. Wells, 2 men alongside him in the backfield. High snap, Wells goes up to get it, going to foul the running back into the hole. Trying to drive the pile forward, cannot do so. The conversion attempt will fail. The Pioneers cannot convert again. Alejandro Bryant on the touchdown. Northland adds another 6. 26-16. Northland by 10 with 4:43 left to play till halftime. On 12:30 KTRF. 60 again. Pioneers make an attempt at an onside kick, and Minnesota West starts with the ball right at midfield. Another great field position for Minnesota West. Minnesota West started their first drive at their own 44, and that's the worst field position they've had. After that, it's been the Pioneer 45, Pioneer 37, the Pioneer 35, the Pioneer 47, and now right at midfield. 3 timeouts and 4:40 left to play until halftime, as Tinklenberg brings his team out again. Tinklenberg, I don't know what happened there. He kind of stopped like he wasn't expecting it. Turned to hand off to Desmond, and the whole Pioneer defense was there. Some kind of confusion on that play because Tinklenberg caught the snap like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And lost the spot. McCaddy in on the tackle for the Pioneers. 3 receivers right, single receiver left this time. Bryant in the backfield. Behind Tinklenberg, who turns. Throws a swing out pattern here and misses his intended receiver, intended for Colson, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
¿Viene usted? Gracias.
3rd down play here.
19.
And 3rd and 15 back at the Minnesota West 45. 3:58 left to play in the first half. Northland leading at 26-16 in the
Es que
pizza hut
ahorita
scoreboard.
estoy
Give the pizza hut a
trabajando
call at
aquí en la
681-1306.
escuela, estoy tomando video
Pioneers
de un
showing
juego.
blitz, trying to get there. Everybody piled up. It's dumped out for Desmond. Desmond breaks the tackle, puts his head down, but will be
Okay.
driven out of bounds shy of the
Okay.
first down marker.
Sí. Bye, cuídense. Gracias.
He'll pick up
Bye.
yardage to the Pioneer 45. He'll get 10, but not enough. 97 yards of completions now for Tinklenberg. It's 4th and 5. 4th down and 5 play here. They step back to show punt. Quarterback is not on the football field. Bring a man in motion here. Snap is a little high, pulled down. Low line drive kick. That hit the up man. That ball was already dead. It's rolled for another 2 yards. That definitely hit. No doubt in my mind, Stephen Lucas Jr. 2 yards farther upfield. And they do spot it back up 2 yards farther upfield. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers at the 25. It's for the 2nd time this afternoon they force a punt. 3:03 left to play. 1 timeout left for the Pioneers here in the first half, as they come out leading it by a margin of 26-16. Wells will bring his team out. Send 3 receivers right, single receiver to the left-hand side this time. Wells flanked by St. Julian on the right. They fake to St. Julian. Wells rolling to his right, under some pressure there, going to throw it down the football field. Complete again. Across midfield and into Minnesota West territory. The catch again into the hands of the man who got the touchdown pass in the left position, and Alejandro Bryant. All the way down to the 43. 25 to midfield, 7 on the other side of that. That's 32 yards. 70 yards for Bryant in the last 2 catches. 183 now in the ball game for Wells. Wells option pitch this time. St. Julian trying to get outside, breaks 1 tackle, jukes his way back and flags down on the play. Let's see what they're going to call here.
St. Julian on the run with a flag on the sideline.
Now a little bit of a scrum in the pile here. Trying to get that separated. Now what's our penalty for? Still discussing. Pioneers are lining up, but we haven't seen the penalty. Illegal block going to be the call on the Pioneers. So that'll cost them another 10. And take the ball back across midfield. into Pioneer territory at the 46 or 47 yard line. And making first and 20. First and 20 at the 47 yard line. Wells with trips to the right once again. A little bit of a high snap. He pulls it down. Wells taking his time, now rolls to his right, now sets and turns back, looks left, and throws an interception. Receiver stopped, and the ball is picked off. The interception gives the ball back over to Minnesota West. John Butler on the interception. Gives Minnesota West the ball. Just for the second time this day starting in their own territory. First and 10 at the 48. .2:12 left. Minnesota West still has 3 timeouts remaining. Dinklenberg brings his team back out. Desmond behind him. Twins to each side once again.
Do your thing.
First and 10. Ball to be thrown down the football field here, complete to Linder, who is taken down to play at the 30-yard line. 22. 50 yards of completions now for Linder. 119 in the game for Dinklenberg. First down number 12 for Minnesota West. Dinklenberg looking to throw again. Pioneers trying to get on pressure. Swing pass across the middle. That's complete here to Colson. Colson trying to break a couple of tackles, dives forward, gets another first down. Colson will take it from the 30 down to the 17. The gain is 13. 132 yards completions now for Dinklenberg. First and 10 to the Pioneer. 17. Hand off here, Desmond. Desmond gets outside, stiff arms the first man, breaks the tackle, dives forward. He'll be near the first down marker. And the Pioneers have a man down on the far sideline, reaching for the back of a leg. Stoppage here for an injury. Gain of 9 on a play for Desmond. We have an injury timeout. Injury timeout. Timeout brought to you by Earl's Market, corner of 8th and Main, River Falls. 24-hour pay at the pump, gas and more. Always great food in the cooler. And in the warmer too at Earl's Market. Back in a moment. He's on the far side of the field, so I would say 60 for sure. Yeah, back out of this one.
Injured on his leg for 5 years. Number 44,
McCanny down for the Pioneers, left leg injury, but he is going off with some help with putting weight on it, and that's always a good sign. Kristoff will come in to play his position in the middle.
Minnesota West has the ball, second down, 2 yards.
Second down and 2 here, actually second down and 1 for Minnesota West. Fourth play of this drive that started at Minnesota West 48 after the Pioneer turnover. Pioneers leading 26-16 here. Down now to 1 minute and 28 left to play in the first half. Dinklenberg out of the gun again, gonna throw on second down. Steps up into the pocket, grab, taken down by the Pioneers, then bent backwards. Pioneers tried to rip the football out, but couldn't get it done. Dinklenberg will lose yardage on the play. Back down here to about the 14. And making third down and 6 after the loss of 5.
Another loss of 6 yards.
Under a minute and counting here.
Bring up third down and long six.
3rd down and 6.
At the 12.
Ball back out close to the 13-yard line. Tinklenberg out of the gun again. Under pressure, turnout pass here, complete Colson. And Colson will dive forward, but I think he shot. See where they spot it. Timeout, gonna be taken by Minnesota West. Minnesota West wants to talk it over. The gain is 4. It'll be 4th down when we come back. 34 seconds left till halftime. Northland leading at 26-16 on 12:30 KTRF.
Fourth down. 4 Minnesota West. Look at it, call the timeout after the first time.
60.
First play. Tinklenberg with a run and a touchdown. For Minnesota West.
Out of the Earls Market timeout. Tinklenberg out of the shotgun will go quarterback keeper. Tinklenberg to the right-hand side, ducks his head and drops in for the touchdown from 9 yards out. So 7 plays to go 52 yards. That's the longest touchdown drive of the day for Minnesota West. And they cut into it, making it 26-22. Tinklenberg looking to have the extra point. Kick gives up, line drive, and it is good. Tack on another 7, it's 26-23. Pioneers by 3 with 28 seconds left in the first half on 12:30 KTRF.
27 to 6 seconds. After our first half of play, our score. Northland Pioneers 26. And the Minnesota West Blue Jays 23.
Pioneers set to receive the Tinklenberg kickoff here. It's 26-23. Pioneers leading by 3. Short fields all afternoon for Minnesota West have been the difference so far. Northland still holding on to the lead. Short kickoff here, picked up by the Pioneers. Murray. Murray up the gut, now trying to go left, breaks 1 tackle. Trying to break a second, looking to pick up a blocker, now driven back on the play. And he'll get the ball out to about the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. 1st and 10 Pioneers at their own 32. With 20 seconds left, Northland does have 1 timeout remaining. So time for a couple of plays here for Wells and company. We're actually going to mark it at the 33. Pioneers had to hustle a man off the field. Now they're set twins to both sides. Wells, play action, wants to throw the football. Looking down the football field here, we have a flag down the play, and it's overthrown or incomplete. Now let's see what the flag is for. It's where you would expect defensive holding. So we'll see what the call is going to be. It is holding on the defense. be an automatic first down for the Pioneers after they assess the penalty. First down number 15 on the Pioneers. And they step off the holding call. 35 yards now in penalties on Minnesota West. Pioneers now with 14 seconds left until halftime. Leading it 26-23. Blitz shown again by Minnesota West. Pioneers play action, quick turnout pattern to the sidelines. Break one tackle, breaking a second tackle. Now they're going to need to take time, although stop the clock and move the chains. That's right. But the Pioneers did take time out. Dylan Lee on the catch for the Pioneers. And he'll take the ball down to the Minnesota West 45 from his own 42-yard line. That's 13 on the game. 196 yards of completions for Wells in the first half, and the Pioneers have taken their final timeout. Earl's marking timeout, 6.5 seconds left till halftime. Back in just a moment. Northland leading at 26-23 on 12:30 TTRF.
We're 26.
Just 30. Just 30 seconds. 30, please. Pioneers Wells back out the field. Time for one last play. With 6.5 seconds left till halftime. Pioneers will send trips to the left. Single receiver right hand side this time. Wells has time. Now rolling to his right. Now under pressure. Wells drugged down from behind and sacked and the first down. Wells wanted a flag as he was pounced on by another guy. We do have a flag down on the field. If this is a defensive penalty, the half is not over. We'll see. The loss was 13. Now let's see what the penalty is for. Flag was back around the line of scrimmage. So we talked this one over here. Referee's still talking it over in a conversation. Just about to have everybody join the conversation here. The loss on the play is 13. The clock has run out. The question is whether or not it's a defensive penalty. The defensive penalty, you have one untimed down. And they continue to dunk it over. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Pioneers. It is declined. It's halftime. Unsportsmanlike conduct called on the Pioneers. The sack, our first sack of the ball game given up by the Pioneers. Quarterback sack brought to you by Azure Electronics. Keep your vehicle secure and temperatures controlled with an auto start system from CompuStar and Azure Electronics. At halftime, the Northland Pioneers clinging to a 26-23 lead over the Blue Jays of Minnesota West. Halftime, the Woodmaster Intermission Report coming up next, brought to you by Woodmaster Wood Burning Furnaces of Red Lake Falls. Back after this from Woodmaster. loose. There's a scramble for the football here. Referee trying to dig it out. See what he says. Wells was spun around and sacked back at the 16, 17 yard line. Now let's see what they say about possession. Referee says third down. So another sack brought to you by Azure Electronics. Give John a call at 686-4382 and start your vehicle from as far as 3 miles away. Loss of 15 on the play. Wells now with negative 21 on the sacks. It's a big third down play here. Trip receivers this time to the left, single receiver to the right hand side. Wells out of the shotgun. Pioneers need a bunch. Wells back, sets, looking across the middle, it's complete. Tripped up and breaking a tackle, puts his head down and muscles his way for first down yardage and more. On the carry that time, Clarington. Debonair Clarington put his head down and just ran over a defensive back and took the ball from the 17 all the way out to the 46-yard line. 29 yards on the game. From the 17 to the 46. Going to call it the 45-yard line. So making 28 yards on the pass play. Wells to throw again, now under pressure. Rolls to his right, picks up a block. Wells going to tuck it away, fakes, and gets to the back of the line of scrimmage, and that's all before being taken down on the point. Ball. Actually, they're going to give him a yard on the game. Think he gets second down? Second and 9 here for the Pioneers. Fifth play of the possession. Wells out of the gun on second down and 9. Hand off here, trying to spin his way forward on the play is Terrell Harris. Harris with a short gain of 2, maybe 3. It's third down again. Going to give him 2. He's got 3 yards and 2 carries now. I noticed limping off the field for the Pioneers was Sam Houston. They're working on his ankle. Third down and 7 here for the Pioneers. The ball out near midfield at the Pioneer 48. 26-23 Northland. Wells wants to throw. Thought they had a screen set up at first. Wells looking down the football field from his knees. It's caught by the Pioneer receiver. Scooped up there by the Pioneers. I think that's Dylan Lee. Lee on the catch from the Pioneer 48. Down to the 38. 14. 27 yards now for Lee. 238 yards in completions on a Pioneer first down. They'll keep the drive alive again. Second, third down conversion on this possession. Movement of the defensive front. Nobody moved for the offense. Now everybody stands up and resets here.
Let's go.
Pioneers Wells. Takes a snap. Inside handoff. This is Jury, and he's scooped up and tripped up on a play. Very nice tackle in the open field that time by Minnesota West and Wesley Holly. Jury will gain just a couple, and he's coming back off the football field here. Second down and 9, or second down and 7. Ball down to the 35-yard line of Minnesota West. Wells, quick out pattern here, complete. Down the sidelines, trying to beat his man. Working his way forward before being spun around. Dwayne Taylor. Taylor will take it from the 35-yard line all the way down to the 12. $23 on the game. 258 yards and completions now for Wells. Another first down. Pioneers from the 13, first and 10, leading at 26-23 here. Early second half. Wells comes option, tries to tuck it back up inside, and he's going to get little or nothing. In fact, might have lost a yard on the play. And behind the play here, Pioneer running back is still down. The referee standing over him. Pioneers won a flag, but didn't get one. Loss of one on the play. It is St. Julian that's down. It'll be the 10th play of the drive for the Pioneers, but first we have a timeout. Injury stoppage on the play. Pioneers facing second down and 11 at the 14 of Minnesota West. Back in a moment on 1230 KTRF. Just 30, he's up.
Second and 10 for Northland.
Second down and 10 here. St. Julian walks off the field under his own power. Wells takes the blitz from the backside, completes his pass. Pioneers cap an 11-play drive to go 71 yards. But for the extra point here, throwing a fade to the back of the end zone and pass interference. The defensive back just grabbed the receiver and held on. Devonair Clarington, they're going to have him go up for him and jump ball. And the defensive player just wrapped two arms around him and held on to him. They're going to wave it off and call it uncatchable. Watch. It must be what they called was uncatchable because the defensive back definitely had his hands on it. So the two-point conversion attempt fails. Pioneers add another 6 on the touchdown pass by Lee. And lead it 32-23 with 8:35 left to play, 39 to play here in the third quarter on the River Falls Radio Sports. 60.
I'm just tired in general.
When did you go to bed?
I don't know, like 3. 2 or 3. I took like 3 naps yesterday. I went to bed at 4:30 the other day and woke up at 7:30 because I had to work on my nutrition project.
Oh my
But
God.
I probably still failed.
On the return.
Well, Pioneers squib one along the ground again. It squirts out from underneath one of the Minnesota West players waiting for an official signal. The Pioneers say they have it. And they do. So Minnesota West will fumble the onside kick and the Pioneers get it right back. Second turnover for Minnesota West. Northland will have the football 1st and 10. And run their offense right back out there again at the Northland 46.
Pioneers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Pioneer football, fresh off a touchdown drive. Now let's see if they can open this thing up a little bit. Wells will come out. He has St. Julian alongside of him on the left-hand side. 2 receivers to the left. And two to the right as well. Wells, hand off, St. Julian, he avoids the first man in the backfield. Good penetration and good job of stringing it out by Minnesota West. St. Julian will lose yardage on the play. Pioneers will lose yardage back inside the 45. And lose about 5. St. Julian now 52 yards in just 4 carries. And second down here. Pioneers successfully pulled off the onside kick. Now let's see if they can do something with it. Second and 15 here. Wells with St. Julian stacked behind him. Goes under center this time in an I backfield. Toss sweep, St. Julian trying to get to the left-hand side, cuts out. Scooped up again and spun around, still going forward, got a couple of yards, but that's all. Good job stringing it out again by Minnesota West, but the man who made the tackle getting up slowly. St. Julian will get 4 back. And we have an injury stoppage here. Big third down play coming for the Pioneers, 3rd and 11, but a Minnesota West player down on the football field on the Northland sidelines. Timeout by Earls Market, back in a moment. My guess is 60. No, just 30, back out of this one. He's up. Antoine Peak Jr., the injured player, off the field under his own power after the injury timeout. Earls Market sponsoring our timeouts. Earls Market, corner of 8th and Main. People River Falls, don't forget great food in the cooler, including Mark Allen's favorite, the chocolate pudding. Pioneers trips to the right, single receiver left on 3rd and 11 here. Wells tried hard count, got him to move, but not far enough, so they'll reset the offense now. Wells will reset things, but the Pioneers may need to hurry. And they'll have to take timeout. Pioneers need timeout to avoid a delay of game here on 3rd down and 11. Northland League at 32-23, 7:23 to play in the 3rd. On 12:30 TTRF.
Oh my God, literally.
Going up to move it and there's a fly running across the camera.
Upcoming activities and with Dallas Graduation Day. The Northland Pioneer volleyball team is on the range. They're taking on the Saudi. That's one of the this afternoon. Next up for the Northland football team. They'll be at Northwood covered on the side. Next Saturday on the road at 1:30.
Third down and 11 here. Wells rolls off the right, makes the pass completion to the Pioneers. Will get first down out of it. Dwayne Taylor on the catch again. Ball will go to the Pioneer 44-yard line. All the way down to the 33, 34-yard line. So 6 to midfield. Another 16 on the other side of that. 22, actually going to give him 17 on the other side of that. 23 yards on the completion to Taylor. Taylor's got 68 yards and catches. Now another first down for the Pioneers. 294 yards now passing for Wells. Pioneers keep the drive alive. 1st and 10 now in Minnesota West territory. Wells, 2 men in the backfield. Steps back, throws it across the middle. Complete. Into the hands again of Devonair Clarington, and Clarington will take it down to the 15-yard line. Clarington, the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Pioneers. 1st and 10 for Northland, and timeout taken here. Stoppage in play. Officials timeout, what's this for? Not sure why the officials have taken time out here. And marked the ball at the 15-yard line. And one of the Pioneer tackles over talking with another one of our officials. And why this is an official timeout, I'm not sure. Oh, limping his way off the field for the Pioneers is Logan Manzo. So Pioneers from the 33 to the 15, the gain is 18 to Clarington.
First and 10 for Northland.
103 yards of receptions now for Clarington.
15-yard line.
312 yards in passing for Wells. Pioneers here swinging up, get it into St. Julian's hands, and he'll squirt up the sidelines and take it down to the 10, maybe inside of that. Second down on the play.
St. Julian on the carry.
They run the toss to St. Julian, and he'll take it to the 9. Gain of 6.
Pick up a 6.
He's got 62 yards now and a half a dozen carries. And 2nd and 4 here for Northland.
At the 9. 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line of Minnesota West. Pioneers trying to convert an onside kick into points and score on back-to-back possessions. St. Julian docks the eye back. Wells going under center now brings Devonair Clarington in motion. Hands off to St. Julian. He gets to the left side, cuts back against the green, dives forward and gets in for the touchdown from 9 yards out. St. Julian from 9 yards out. Third rushing touchdown of the ball game for the Pioneers. And St. Julian will score a second touchdown of the quarter for Northland. The 9-yard run gets the Pioneers another score. 7 plays to go 54 yards for Northland. Back-to-back touchdowns to start the second half. And Northland will go for 2. High snap, Wells pulls it down. Looking now under some pressure, rolling to his right. Fires it toward the end zone and incomplete. One at St. Julian, the 2-point conversion attempt fails again. Pioneers have not done well in their conversions today. They're 1 for 6, but they'll add another 6 and take a 38-23 lead with 5:18 to go here in the third on 12:30 KTRF.
Pioneers 30, Minnesota West 23. To kick the ball away with the Wranglers number 40, Simeus Rockley.
Rockley trying to punt it away from the Pioneers, and the ball comes off the tee, so they'll try again. Rockley will boot it away from the 35. Rockley starts forward. Another bounding ball that is fielded and covered this time by Minnesota West across midfield in Pioneer territory. So once again, Minnesota West will start in Northland territory at the 49-yard line. First and 10 at the 49. First and 10 for the Pioneers here. Or excuse me, for Minnesota West here. Their second possession of the second half. But they now trail it by 15. Pioneers have added 12 here in the second half and have taken the 38-23 lead. As Tinklenberg brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He wants to throw on first down, looking across the middle and almost picked off and should have been, and Mirren knows it. Was right in his hands, and if he catches it, he's gone. Because there was nobody to that side of the football field. Mirren took a little peek, and the ball falls incomplete. That was a pick six, and Mirren makes the catch. Tinklenberg tried to throw it into traffic.
I see you, bud.
Second down and 10. Pioneers show blitz here. They give it to Desmond. He bounces into the pile and is going nowhere here. Mirren finishes it off. But the Pioneers got there in a hurry again. McCaddy among those on the tackle. Loss of a couple. Back across midfield. Loss of 2. Third and 12 now for the Blue Jays. Looking to throw it again. Up the football field. There has his man wide open and overthrows him. Tinklenberg had his receiver by about 2 steps, Montez area, but overthrew him. It's incomplete. And that'll force a punting situation for Minnesota West. At least we assume that. McCaddy coming off the football field. The Pioneers get set. They'll send St. Julian back to receive. And get set here. Pioneers have 2 men back to receive. The other is Justin Murray again. Pioneers make a late change in their punt return team. As Minnesota West set to kick it free, they'll bring a man in motion. And now get off a high spinning kick. St. Julian says stay away, stay away, hit him! And then St. Julian got drilled on the play, and Minnesota West will get the football. St. Julian tried to back away from it, but couldn't. The ball took a hop and hit him in the feet, and then he got clocked. And Minnesota West recovers on the third Pioneer turnover of the game. Officially a fumble, and first and 10 for Minnesota West. At the Pioneer 9-yard line. You spot the tail of the football right at the 10. So big break for Minnesota West to get back into this thing, trailing it by 15.
Let's go, dude.
Tinklenberg and company will come out here first and goal on the 10-yard line. 2 receivers each side, single setback. Hand off here to the first back straight ahead on the play, putting his head down that time. Brandon Jackson, his first carry. Jackson will pick up a couple at second down and goal. Second down and goal coming here. Tinklenberg out of the snap, wants to throw, steps up in the pocket, now looking across the middle, pump fakes, and dives forward. And maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. It's third down and goal. Third down and goal at the 8. Pioneers would be happy to hold this to a field goal attempt after having a problem on the punt and having it hit their receiver and bound away for Minnesota West to recover. Receiver on the far side. Colson doesn't even go to the huddle. He just goes and stands out on the far left. He's joined there by 2 other receivers. They'll go trips left. Tinklenberg toss sweep, trying to get to the outside here. And taken down and losing yardage on the play is Montez Herring. They tossed the ball to the wide receiver, trying to get his speed to the outside. The Pioneers get there and get him back outside. Of the 10 at the 12-yard line, the loss is 4. And brings up 4th down and goal. And Justin Murray on the tackle. 4th down and goal here.
Half an hour to the 12-yard line.
And Minnesota West down 15 is gonna go for it.
Come on, defense!
Dinklenberg on 4th and goal at the 12. Throws it up for grabs in the end zone. Heron trying to battle for it. It gets through him. Gets through the other defender, and the backside receiver makes the catch. That's Blaze Williams. Threw it into a crowd on the right side. Heron and the defensive back were tied up with one another. It went right through both of them. And Blaze Williams makes the catch for the touchdown.
You got one to play?
168 yards and completions and a touchdown to get back on the board on a 4th down and goal situation. Dinklenberg to attempt the extra point. Snap is high, set is down.
No,
And set is good. Dinklenberg will have the extra point. So a bizarre touchdown off of a sequence of action with the Pioneers losing a ball on a punt. Add 7 more, and now it's 38-30. Pioneers leading by 8 on 12:30 KTRF. 2:21 left in the third.
No? No. Ok, gracias. Adiós, bye.
Ball sailed down, picked up by Murray, who starts to his left, trying to get to the outside, now accelerates and cuts out of bounds across the 35 at about the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Pioneers. They scored on both possessions in the second half, but now have given up a touchdown after a muff punt set up Minnesota West at the 10. It's 38-30, Northland by 8. They're going to spot the ball here at the Northland 36. 1st and 10. Wells will bring his team back out again. He'll go shotgun, flanked on the left-hand side. Sends 2 receivers to each side of the field in stack formations. Wells, play action, quick out here. Caught again into the hands of Dwayne Taylor. Will stop and go move, and he's thrown down as he crosses the 40. Pioneers want the unnecessary roughness penalty and don't get it. Pick up out to the 40. The game is 4. And now a flag down on the sidelines. Watch, this will be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Pioneers or a sideline warning, one or the other. It is unsportsmanlike conduct on the Pioneers. Somebody saying something on the sidelines to a referee. 10th penalty of the ball game on the Pioneers for 115 yards. That'll set them back and make it 2nd down and long. And Coach Cox still working the referees. 2nd down now. The ball back at the 25-yard line. Needs to get to the 47, 22. Wells, they run the wheel route out of the backfield. Looking down the middle, have a man wide open. It's caught for a big gain and more. Headed down the sidelines, Dylan Lee, leading the 20. And Lee will go out of bounds at about the 15. From the 25-yard line, they're going to spot it at about the 14-yard line. Big play for the Pioneers down the field. Dylan Lee will take 25 to midfield. Another 35 on the other side of that. That's a 61-yard pass. 101 yards now for Lee. And 373 yards. First and 10 Pioneers. At the 14-yard line. The big second down play. Third play of the possession for the Pioneers is long. Wells toss here into the hands of the running back. Trying to move forward St. Julian, but he's smothered back at the 16. He'll lose a couple. St. Julian will lose two. It'll bring up second down and 12. Pioneers will run trips to the left-hand side. Single receiver right this time. Wells out of the gun again. Wells play action now in trouble. Rolls to his right. Tries to set his feet. He's going to be taken down. Sacked on the play back outside the 25-yard line. The sack brought to you by Azure Electronics. Keep your vehicle secure and temperatures controlled with an auto start system from the folks at Azure Electronics. And from the 16, the loss is back across the 25-yard line to the 26 or 27. Pioneers going to let the third quarter run to an end. Loss of about 11 on the play. Our third quarter is gone. We go to the fourth. Northland leading at 38-30 on 12:30 KTRM.
After 3 quarters, our score. Northland Pioneers 38. Minnesota West Blue Jays 30. Yeah, another game going on around the area this afternoon. And Minnesota Community College on Catskill. That Central Lightning. On the line and Pavilion. North Dakota State School is sideline at Dakota College. And the Sunny is down at.
I'm sorry, just 60. It's the end of the quarter.
Next up, the Pioneers next Saturday. That'll be on the road at 1:30. North Dakota State School is sideline.
William, is that you?
We gotta keep somebody up on the bubble.
Did you wish Santa happy birthday? Are you the one speaking on that?
15 minutes left to play. Pioneers holding to a 38-30 lead here. And facing a third down and long after the sack. Swing out pattern here, flanker screen. Trying to spin away from tackle and taking it back down to 20. The gain is 7. And again, Dylan Lee on the catch. Lee now with 108 yards and receptions. And Northland will face a fourth down play here. Sixth play of the possession is all that started at the Northland 36. And with the Northland kicking game struggling, they'll go here on fourth down. 4th and 15 at the 20. They need to get to the 5. Stack on the right-hand side, a triple stack, in fact. What they call a bunch formation. Wells wants to throw, looking down the right-hand side, stop fade, and there's pass interference, no doubt. The defender had his arms wrapped around Dylan Lee. That one's going to go on the defense, or should. The pass interference will give the Pioneers an automatic first down. They're 25th of the long end. We'll mark off the penalty on Minnesota West, just their 5th of the contest. So this will make it an automatic first down. And put the ball at the 5, first and goal. First and goal for the Pioneers at the 5, 14-12 to play here in the fourth quarter. Northland holding to a 38-30 lead. Looked like Northland had the game in hand, and then a muff punt set Minnesota West up at the Pioneer 10. Wells quick out here in the flanker screen.
Why did he call that?
No game. In fact, maybe a loss on the play. The completion on the outside into the hands of Brian Bodie.
27, Ryan Body. Pick up on one.
We're gonna have to give him a gain of
Have
one
you
on
been
the play
watching
with
the
full.
stream?
I have not been.
Just see the
Wells
flag
out of the
keeps
gun
going
again.
across the camera. This one it like 5 times.
Wells inside hand up. St. Julian trying to get to the end zone. Minnesota West says that the ball is out, but the referee says the ball is down by contact. And it'll be 3rd down and goal. And a Minnesota West player gets there slowly off the bottom again. Gain of a couple for St. Julian. He's back up to 71 yards now and 9 carries. 8th play of the possession for the Pioneers. 3rd down and goal, length of 2. Wells out of the gun, flanked by St. Julian on the right. St. Julian will now start in motion. Wells going to swing it out. The running back who has the corner dives forward and gets in. Touchdown. 2-yard gain on the swing pass to St. Julian out of the backfield. What was that down? 376 yards now in the game for Wells. The touchdown is the 26th first down for Northland. And the Pioneers open it back up again. St. Julian a 2-yard run. Capping a 9-play drive for the Pioneers. Of 64 yards. They'll go for 2. St. Julian in the backfield with Wells again. Wells wanting to throw the football, rolling right. Fires into the end zone. The receiver had fallen down on the play. Wells fired it anyway, and it actually hit the intended receiver, Devonair Clearington, in the foot. And the extra point attempt will fail. Pioneers add 6 more. It's 44-20. Or 44-30, excuse me. Northland by 14 with 12:43 to play on the North Falls Radio Sports.
Well,
60 again.
How did you take the ball away from the Mountaineers, number 31, shot to Joe? 9-2 to receive. 4 minutes to West, number 4, Olivia Goldsmith. Along with number 11, Northland Hewitt.
Well, the Pioneers pop up the kickoff. It goes off of the hands of one of the Minnesota West players. Then he slides back for it. He kicks it out of bounds at about the 32. They're going to mark it at the 34, I believe. So Minnesota West football in their own territory at the 34-yard line.
4th quarter and there's 12 minutes left.
Northland leading at 44-30. They are 3 for 3 on touchdown drives here in the second half.
Minnesota West will take over first and 10.
Biggest problem is they've only scored on 1 2-point conversion.
How long is your break?
If they attacked on all their 2s, they have another 12 on the board right now. 1st and 10. Hinklenberg pump fakes once, now pump fakes a second time. Now under pressure, trying to peel away, picks up the blocking, and is taken down by the Pioneers in pursuit. That's Mirren.
So you said 4th.
Mirren finishing it off and finishing off another quarterback sack. Brought to you by Azure Electronics. Keep your vehicle secure and temperatures controlled with an auto start system from CompuStar and Azure Electronics. Ian at the River Falls. A loss of 5 on the play. We'll bring up 2nd and 15.
What'd you say?
Dinklenberg back out of the gun. Flanked again by
No,
Desmond
I
on the
heard some of
left-hand
it.
side. Has twin receivers, Pioneer showing blitz. Dinklenberg gets the pass off. A sliding catch made by the receiver, Linder. Linder makes the catch. He gets a lost 5 back plus 1 more. That's a gain of 6. His 4th catch of the afternoon and 456 yards.
What are you gonna what?
174 yards and completions now for Dinklenberg.
I don't know.
And now we have a whistle and a stoppage. And a timeout, Minnesota West. Minnesota West wants to talk about it. 11:31 left to play in the ballgame. Northland leading at 44-30 on 12:30 KTRF on a timeout by Earls Market. Back in a moment. 60.
Yeah, they get next action, we got the road next Saturday, they will be at the North Dakota State College of Science, 1:30 at the same time. And the final game of the regular season will be back here at Swenson.
Where are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? I think my mom. Huh? I don't know. Do you want me to call her? Okay. I'll call you back, okay? I love you too.
Well, Dinklenberg out of the Earls Market timeout, back to pass. That's Blaze Williams on the far sideline, drops it right over the defender's shoulder. And Williams goes 66 yards for his 2nd touchdown in the ballgame. He's got 2 catches for 78 yards and 2 scores in the contest. Dinklenberg's 26 pass puts him over 200 yards on the afternoon. Now he'll go to attempt the extra point. Snap is down, set is down, kick is up. And the kick is no good, wide right. So Dinklenberg misses it wide to the right, adds 6 more for Minnesota West. It's 44-36 Northland, with still 11:20 left to play in the 4th quarter on 12:30 KTRF.
44. Minnesota West will play 36.
60.
Hello? Is mom there?
On to keep them all away for Minnesota
Oh.
West.
What did I say? Did mom make food?
19 with Pioneer, number 7,
Cause Sierra was at. She's going home.
24. Justice Dupree.
Well, no, cause I was
Well, a
talking to her on
4th
the phone
touchdown
anyways.
pass of the afternoon for Dinklenberg keeps
I offered to call.
Minnesota West in this thing. Now they'll pop up a short kick.
So she didn't make
Pioneers
food?
will pick it up. This is Lee. Lee carrying the ball in one hand like a loaf of bread. Now he bursts into the middle. Lee to the 25, 20. Lee to the 15, 10. There are no flags down. He kind of hesitated like he didn't know what he was doing. And goes the distance for the touchdown.
What did you say?
Dylan Lee, 75 yards on the kick return for the score. Just right up the gut. He got lost in the mix and nobody laid a glove
So
on
it's
it.
food from like other days. Okay.
And Lee scores on the kick return. 75-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. They're going to call it 70 yards. And the Pioneers will organize and go for 2 again.
Hello.
Lee with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Why do you say
Pioneers
that?
short getting men on the field here.
Well, I called her and she didn't answer, and then I called Messenger, and my brother answered on the tablet.
And flag down for
And
the
I
late
asked him,
game.
and he said no, but then he said that there was leftovers from the other day. Well then, I don't know.
Pioneers will
Ask
give
my
up the
brother if
5
he wants to
yards
go
on the
get
penalty.
something.
That's now 120 yards in penalties in the game for Northland.
That boy,
Why are you saying
Ted.
that?
The late game has been fouled against Northland.
So we're worth asking.
Dylan Lee caught the football, put it in his right hand, kind of extended it like a loaf of bread, walked into the pile, and then came squirting out of there. Now flags down on the 2-point conversion attempt. They look for Devonier Clarington, who makes the play. Are they going to call him for offensive pass interference? There's 2 flags down on the play. They have offsides on the defense.
So what are you gonna do?
And what do we have on the end zone?
No.
If they're both on the defense, it's a touchdown. Now they're going to call it offensive pass interference.
Yes.
Devonier Clarington says, let's do it again.
Yes.
The offsetting penalties will replay the point,
Yes.
and we'll line it up and try it again.
I said yes.
After the delay of game, the ball marked at about the 8-yard line.
Or 2 penalties on the play.
11:06 to play in the ball game. Northland has put up a 50 spot. They get 50 to 40 to 36.
The 2-point conversion is wrong.
This game's taking forever. Yes.
Go for the 2 again. Clarington having a conversation on the outside as they run trips left. Wells
Subway?
looking across the middle, now rolling to his right. Wells directing traffic and the 2-point conversion attempt is picked off. So the 2-point conversion attempt fails. That's happened all afternoon. And it's 50 to 36 in favor of the Pioneers.
2-point conversion is failed.
Still with 11:06 to play here in the 4th quarter. Pioneers up 50 to 36. Back in a moment on 12:30 KTRF.
And it's for the West. 36.
60 again.
To kick the ball away for Northland, number 31. Johnson Jones.
What are you gonna do?
Is gonna West, number 4, Randy Colton. And number
Yes, you are. Just ask about food.
Montrez Miller.
Can I get pizza? Yes, I did.
Johnson, little pooch kick again, fielded by one of the up men who simply goes down. That's Henry White the 4th.
Order it?
And another good field position spot for Minnesota West.
Why do I have to?
1st and 10 at their own 45. So Pioneers get a kickoff return for a touchdown and open it back up to 14 here. Northland has never trailed, but has never really had the game firmly in hand either. Minnesota West football, Tinklenberg out of that shotgun, trips to the right-hand side one more time. Great handoff, Desmond. He loses the handle on it. It squirts forward, and he falls on it for a short gain of 1.
You really want me to?
Desmond now with 40 yards in the game on 13 carries.
Pause it.
2nd down and 9. Ball hit Desmond and jumped forward. Second and 1 here.
Okay,
Desmond will
let's
come off the field now.
Luxurious. I said I am not. I don't have that much money.
And into the ball game here, Brandon Jackson at running back. Tinklenberg gonna throw on 2nd and 9. Looking down the football field over the top and picked off. Pioneers on the interception. We'll start it back. On the pick this time, Justin Murray again. His 2nd pick of the ball game.
Why not?
Number 24, Justin Murray.
Murray with his 2nd pick of the ball game. So Tinklenberg has 4 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. He's thrown for 240 yards in this game, but his team trails by 14, and the Pioneers set up in great field position now. 1st and 10 at the Minnesota West 40.
Good up, 2 ball.
Next week, the Pioneers go down to Wapello and take on Minnesota State, North Dakota State School of Science, in what will be a very important game. Pioneers hand the football off here. Yuri trying to go, excuse me, I stand corrected. That is Harris trying to go over the right-hand side. And he'll get a yard or 2, and that'll be it. It'll be 2nd down. Gain of a couple. Harris now with 5 yards on 3 carries. And 2nd down and 8. 9:50 and counting left to play. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. 2nd and 8 play here. Wells wants to throw the football, looking down the football field again. And the defender and the receiver got tied up again. The ball will drop incomplete. They're going to call incidental contact. They wanted Dylan Lee down the sideline, and his feet got hooked up with Stephen Lucas Jr. It'll fall incomplete. The incompletion will bring up 3rd down and 8.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
3rd down and 8 here. Out of the gun, single setback, flanking Wells on the right-hand side. Wells looking to throw the football here, under pressure. Now looks down the football field and finds his man wide open, who gets drilled after making a catch. But it's enough for the 1st down as he finds the back out of the backfield, Terrell Harris.
The tackle, number 25, Cornell Washington.
You need to eat something.
Harris on the catch will take the ball all the way down to the 20. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. So the ball from the 42 of Minnesota, or the 38 to the 20. The gain is 18. Ball here to Harris. He'll take it down inside the 5 and get the 1st and goal. The drive started at the Minnesota West 40 after a gain of 2 and an incomplete pass. It was at the 38, and the pass completed all the way down to 20, so it was 18 on the gain for Harris. And now Harris with a run of 14. Gives the Pioneers another 1st down. 1st and goal for Northland. 5th play of the possession. Wells, option, going to keep it himself, tucks up inside and walks into the end zone for the touchdown from 5 yards out. 5 plays to go 40 yards for the Pioneers, and they tack on another one. And a flag down after the play again. Several flags down. We have a little scrum in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, my dad told me. Did my dad make a homemade one?
And now, Devoneer Harrington having a conversation and being pulled away by his
What did he
teammates.
do? He just said he.
And the Pioneers will take time out.
Yeah.
Timeout taken here by Northland. The Pioneers have added on 6 more. It should be 56
I
to
kinda
30
figured.
with extra point attempt coming. Back in a moment on 1230 KTRF.
They didn't even buy one. Huh?
$60.
Are you serious?
Personal foul as they call against Minnesota West. Five-yard touchdown run by Glenn Wells. Will hold up.
Back out of this one, back.
What? Yeah. I don't know. My dad has been up there now.
Pioneers to go
I
for the
haven't been
2-point
up there, my
conversion
dad
out of the
has.
Earls Market timeout. Don't forget Earls Market, great place with great
No
fresh
finger,
produce
he
at
doesn't
Earls
tell me
Market,
anything.
corner of 8th and Main. Wells gonna throw up here looking for
What?
Clarington, but deep out of the back of the end zone, it'll fail.
No.
Pioneers have struggled on their 2-point conversions this afternoon, but they put 56 on the board.
No.
They get 56 to 36.
Because I
With
didn't.
still 8:33 to play on the North Falls Radio Sports. Back in a moment.
8:33. To go in their fourth quarter play, our score, we're up at
60.
56. And is Minnesota West pushing 33. Hodgson gives the ball away for Northern number 31. Johnson Jones. For Minnesota West. For Florida, Raven Colston.
She's lying.
Number 11 on contract, Sierra.
She hasn't eaten anything. Sierra is.
No.
Well, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the touchdown assessed on the kickoff, so the Pioneers will pooch punt it again. And Minnesota West will return it to their own 32-yard line. First and 10 there for Minnesota West. It's 56 to 36. Northland still 8:28 to play in what has been a scoring derby afternoon. Wins the east side for Dinkelberg, who has thrown 4 touchdown passes this afternoon. He wants to throw again here, down by 20. Turnout pass is complete. This is Blaze Williams again, and Williams will pick up about 9. Pioneers trying to pull the ball out of his hands, can't get it done. He'll be close to the first down marker. They're going to give him 10 in first down. He's caught 3 balls for 88 yards in a ball game. 250 yards now in completions for Dinklenberg. And the 17th first down for Minnesota West.
This way. He's just listening.
Ball out at the 43. First and 10 from there. Tinklenberg now under pressure. Rolling to his left, sets his feet. Now rolling back to his right. In trouble and throws one. Gets it complete somehow to Desmond. Desmond puts his head down. How did Tinklenberger get that one off? He was under all kinds of pressure, falling forward. He flips it out to Desmond. And Desmond will take it to midfield. And pick up 7. Second down and 3. Give a lot of credit to the quarterback, Caleb Dinklenberg. The sophomore out of Pipestone making a nice play. Second down and 3 in midfield. Dinklenberg gonna throw it again. Under pressure, rolls to his right, wrapped up and taken down. This time sacked by the Pioneers. Off the bottom of the pile for Northland this time will come Conte Pearson. That'll be a loss of 5 on a play. Pearson on a tackle, loss of 5. We'll bring up third down. Ball back at the 45 of Minnesota West. Third down and about 8 here. 6:50 left to play. Pioneers make a late change defensively. James Jackson coming off the field. Inside, knocked away, loose football. And Minnesota West manages to hang on. Are they going to call it an incomplete pass? Saying it was a shovel pass. You're going to call it a fumble or you're going to call it an incomplete pass? I think you're going to call it an incomplete pass. They are. They're going to call it a shovel pass, make it incomplete. Colson did fall on it, but instead of a loss, it'll be an incomplete pass and bring up 4th down and 8. And a punting situation here. Ruled incomplete on the shovel pass. Now we have a stoppage here of the clock while everybody's still talking. And we're gonna reset the clock here because the incomplete pass, the clock should have stopped. 6:24, I believe they won on the clock. Waiting for them to put time back up. 6:24 is what they're looking for. $6:24 is what they're asking for. And now reset. Fourth down in a punting situation here. Nice high short kick. And it will take a sideways bounce and go out of bounds just inside the 30 at the 29, maybe even the 28. Northland will start first and 10 from there. Leading it by a 56-36 margin here with still 6:15 remaining to play. Both teams, Pioneers still have a one timeout left. Minnesota West has two. They're going to spot the ball at the 29. First and 10 at the 29-yard line for the Northland Pioneers, who will put up 56 here this afternoon. 56 points for the Pioneers on our Pizza Hut scoreboard. Don't forget, at the Pizza Hut, 681-1306. They have wing night on Wednesday night and pasta night on Tuesday night. Pioneers, Wells under center this time. Clarington will come in motion. Pioneers will hand off here, try and sweep the right-hand side, breaking a couple of tackles and moving his way ahead of the play to Real Harris. Harris will take the ball out to the 40. He'll pick up 11 in first down. First and 10 for the Pioneers, and a Tyrell Harris run of 11. He now has 30 yards and 5 carries. Pioneers with 29 first downs today. They've had some long drives. First and 10, Pioneers at the 40. Straight hand up again. Harris trying to go left this time. He's going to be scooped up and lose yardage. Gang tackled by Minnesota West after a loss of 3. Second down and about 13. On the tackle, Preston Mix out of Jackson County Central. Pioneers second and 13. Minnesota West showing blitz. Wells out of the gun, long count. Wells going to keep it himself, and the quarterback keeper cuts over the left-hand side, gets some lost yardage
Pizza
back.
isn't even
but
that
it'll be
good.
third
That's
long.
why I don't even ask for it. Plus, I get constipated all
Wells
the time.
will take it from the 37
That's why I don't
out
even
to
like
the
the pizza.
44. He'll pick up 7. Wells still a negative 25 yards because of the sacks on the day in the rushing department. Third down and long here for the Pioneers. Fourth play of this possession that started at their own 29. The ball now sits out at the 44. Third and 7. The Pioneers need to get to midfield.
What?
Wells almost lost the handle on the snap. Now rolling right. We'll swing it out there, and it's dropped incomplete, trying to hit Nick Rusi out of Noblesville, Indiana. The incompletion will bring up fourth down. 394 yards of completion for Wells on the day in the passing department. And Northland will be forced to punt it away. On to kick it away for the Pioneers, Simeus Rockley.
Yeah.
Rockley to put it away. Down now to 4:18 left. Northland leading at 56-36. Good snap. Rockley has time. A spinning kick will sail down and be taken by Minnesota West. On the return, here is Colson. Colson breaks the tackle, gets to the outside in front of his own bench, and is cut down on a play. And he'll take the ball out across the 45, and again, good field position for Minnesota West at the 48.
Where are you going now?
First and 10 for Minnesota West at the 48-yard line.
I'm telling you, get the stuff across from there. It's really good.
Blue Jays, first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First and 10 at the 48. Long count. Snap, inside handoff, and the Pioneers there to smother it under. And going nowhere on the play that time, Khalid Desmond. He'll in fact lose some yardage. Desmond will lose a yard, maybe two. You're going to call it a 1 yard goal. Second down. Tinklenberg can throw again. And sacked again.
Nice.
Miriam on the sack, another sack of the quarterback brought to you by Azure Electronics. Don't forget, give John a call at 686-4382 and have temperature control year-round from Azure Electronics with an auto start
No, why
system.
would I order something that constipates me?
The loss here from the 47 back to the 41 is 6 more.
I don't know.
And third down and long. Tinklenberg out of the gun. Sends everybody in the pattern, pumps it across the middle, complete to Linder, who makes the catch and then gets clocked on the play by the Pioneer defender. On a tackle. Big hit. Fourth down, they're going to go. 4th and 6. Pump fake here, looking across the middle, almost picked off and incomplete. The incompletion will send the ball over on downs to the Pioneers. Tinklenberg to Linder, by the way, the 5th catch of the ball game for Linder for 64 yards. But the incompletion will turn it over on down on a 4th down play. Northland football at their own 47. With 2:35 remaining.
You do it all the time.
Wells comes out in the shotgun again. Wells going to keep it himself. Under pressure here, good penetration of the defensive and the offensive backfield by the defense of Minnesota West. And Wells will lose about 3. Wells a negative 28 yards in the rush department. Now that counts the sacks. Now Wells coming to the sidelines here. Pioneers all standing around like they're looking for a quarterback. Clock counting down to 1:55. And Northland going to take their final timeout. Timeout, Pioneers here with 1:51 left to play. Northland up 56-36. Back in a moment on 12:30 KTRF. $60.
You're not on pause. I'm looking at Snapchat. Well, I was going to. Well, I'm gonna lie to you. No, I'm serious. I just did. Why are you? I literally, that's all I was gonna do. I ain't talking to anyone because I'm videotaping them.
Jamal Douglas now in at quarterback for the Pioneers, and he'll pick up 3. That'll be 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 9 play here coming up. Pioneers up by 20. Will take Wells off the football field here just so he doesn't have to inflict any more harm. Or be inflicted with any more harm. Ball at the 38 or 48-yard line of the Pioneers.
Why?
Minnesota West showing run blitz again. Quarterback turned right, running back went left, and that'll go for naught and lose a couple of yards. And bring up 4th down and 1. 4th down and 10 rather.
No, that's
Pioneers
messed
set the
up.
punt away. We have less than a minute left to play.
Whatever.
Second punt of the second half, just a third of the ball game for the Pioneers. And they may let it run down and take the delay game first.
You're the one that got
Standing
one.
around like they're gonna do just that. Fourth down and 10, almost 11 here. And now delay game is called. 5 more, 3rd penalty of the second half, 125 in the ball game, but much better in the second half of the Pioneers, who had 9 flags thrown on them in the first half of play. Pioneers will punt it away. Rockley will kick it free. And back to receive should be Colson. Actually, back to receive is Stephen Lucas Jr. Down to 19 seconds. This one, Pioneers going to improve to 5-1 on the year. Stay tuned. Our post-game coverage coming up at the conclusion of our contest. They'll wind the clock here and run it down, and the Pioneers aren't even going to kick it away. That'll end it. They'll start the clock and run it out. 56-36, Pioneers, our final score. Post-game coverage coming up on 1230 KTRF.
Yes.
And your final score here this afternoon from Winston-Salem.
2 minutes.
56-36.
And the Minnesota West Blue Jays,
Did you hear me?
with the win, the Pioneers up the record round of 9-1. With the loss, Minnesota West will drop to 2-4. And next up for the Pioneers next Saturday, we'll be on the road in London visiting State Tour. Back here in Chesterfield 2 weeks from this afternoon. 3 o'clock opening kickoff, and they will host Itasca in the final game of the regular season. All we going on to this afternoon, the Northland Pioneers were victorious as they defeated Massabi by a final score of 3-2.
On Seneca.
Now go warm up.
It's like, it's close to our Taco Bell.
Once again, we'd also like to wish you a happy birthday.
Emily, did you get the final score too?
It's next to Metro PCS.
Yeah, I did that and then I went back.
Also, a happy birthday going out to Jen Rio.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Did I do that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I didn't think about it until I go, it's Jeanette's birthday today.
You're old now.
Yeah.
Getting there.
In your final score here at Swenson Field, Northland Pioneers 56.
And welcome back, Pioneers winning 56.
Blue Jays
to 36 here this evening. They win it by 20 at a 56-36 final. Scoring in the second half, the Pioneers led it at
Thanks, guys.
halftime by a margin at the half
Turn it off.
of 20-23. Or 26-23 rather, but then Northland started scoring early in the second half of playing. Pioneers